guys, Tomboy601, and today we're taking a look at Repulse, the all-new British battlecruiser to come to World of Warships Legends. I have to say, I think this is my favorite ship of the update. I know, it's a shocker. It's definitely a controversial ship, and we'll get into all of those details about it, but I will say I think it is the most fun ship, and you know me, I am all about having fun. This thing isn't competitive. I would not be bringing it into ranked. But if you're looking for a good time, I think this is the boat. Now, how do you acquire Repulse? Well, Repulse is one of the, we'll call it event ships. It's the 4-year update for World of Warships Legends. They have a unique event currency. God, every single update seems to have a new event currency. It's kind of annoying and difficult to track and a very mobile game. But anyways, what you need in order to earn Repulse is 12,500 quadrands, which is the event currency, which can be earned relatively easily. My advice, if you are interested in Repulse, to get it for, I think, a very fair price of like a couple of bucks, buy the Admiralty backing, play your normal amounts of World of Warships, make sure you finish out the campaign, and then go online, do the treasure hunt. If you're like me, you may have a ton of promotion orders sitting around. You can just buy out pretty much all of it, and you can get yourself the Repulse fairly quickly. So that's how I would go about it. With all that said, let's get into what Repulse is. Repulse is a battle cruiser. And what are battle cruisers? Well, they have battleship guns, and they are lightly armored so that they can be more maneuverable. And how that works out in World of Warships Legends is they tend to have a better accuracy overall. They tend to be a bit quicker, but they do pay the cost at the cost of armor. And well, Repulse definitely suffers or could be suffering in the armor department. Usually when you would watch a review of me, I would like go through and be like, okay, the ship has between 16 and 279 millimeters of armor. And usually that first number, that 16 millimeters of armor, is the superstructure. Not on Repulse. That 16 millimeters is the bow and stern. Yeah, that Pensacola we're shooting at has the same armor. We are very lightly armored, but we, on at least our bow and stern, where that is unfortunate, that's kind of the tail of the tape for us. However, Repulse does have heavily armored sections elsewhere, and that's in that middle sector. All along the belt, the upper belt is 38 millimeters. From halfway up the ship, halfway up the freeboard, down to the waterline is 76 millimeters. And then below the waterline has a 229 millimeter armor. So basically, you want people to shoot dead center of the ship, and you want to angle. And if you can do that, you can be a very tanky boat, which means this ship requires you to get good, if you know what I mean. It is a boat where you need to be kind of tracking all the shells coming in. You need to understand the angles of people shooting at you. And if you can do that successfully, you have an absolute winner on your hands. Speaking of a winner on our hands, let's go talk about this match a little bit. You can see we have kind of cherry-picked matchmaking for Repulse. Lots of cruisers, and that is very good because there's something else we need to talk about the Repulse, and that's its guns. 3 two-barreled 381 millimeter guns, kind of like the Queen Elizabeth, and it has short-fused AP, which means it likes to make cruisers go boom. There we go. So that is very good. That can be very useful, but that means it can be kind of not as effective up against battleships. This is a cruiser hunter. You know, all battleships were already sort of the rock, paper, scissors balance model, and within that model, they were already the hard counter to cruisers. British battleships, and in this case battle cruisers, with that short fused AP are explicitly so the paper to a rock of a cruiser, if you will. Or yes, that makes sense. Or the rock. I feel like the battle cruisers are a rock and cruisers are scissors, but no matter what, with short fuse AP, you can do things like this to enemy ships. Yeah, Yeah, it's beautiful when it hits. Mwah, it is absolutely beautiful, and that's what Repulse is all about. Additionally, Repulse does have a sort of assortment of tools at its disposal. Its main consumable that you're going to be wanting to use a lot is going to be that engine boost. If you look down there, we have a very long engine boost, 180 seconds as we get hit by that New Mexico. So our strategy goes, I am trying to push out towards sea. That's why we're using our engine boost, because, well, our side has been dealt with other than this New Mexico, but those cruisers are definitely beelining towards our aircraft carrier, and we want to try to give our team the best chance of winning. So we are heading out there. Anyways, we are going. The engine boost is very key to the ship. It's all about getting top speed, and that's also kind of how we've built the ship. Right now, our top speed in this vessel, 38.8 knots with that engine boost. The commander we are running, and for the first time I think ever on this channel, because spoiler alert, I didn't even have inspirations on this commander before the ship came out, but I went for a full sort of speed boost with a Zerlane hood. Shameless plug, she's in the store right now. I wouldn't recommend buying her because literally this is the only ship I've ever used her on, but we are using a Zerlane hood, and that's because, well, her unique skill gives us a beautiful engine boost to our max speed of 5%, and then our two inspirations are going to be Paolo di Revel and Emile Juprat. Juprat boosts the top speed of your battleships. Paolo di Revel boosts, or I said reduces your reload time, because if you've noticed, we have a ridiculous fire rate on this boat. 22-second reload time. Yeah. I'm partial to fun brawler builds, especially on British boats. I like the booms to come quick, and 22-second reload with only 6 guns. You know, I'm the Repulse is one of the most accurate battleships out there because it has battlecruiser dispersion. Battlecruiser dispersion, very accurate, which means you could choose to build into accuracy, but I think as you're seeing in this game, our accuracy is serving us fairly well. We are getting the hits when we need to get the hits, and that's kind of the most important bit, as we are now going to take out this Trento to get our 3rd kill. And with that kill, I guess we can officially say we are on the Kraken Hunt, especially with us now kind of siloing ourselves off to this half of the map where there are 2 other cruisers who we can happily try to hit, and that's exactly what we got. We have a Chumfon right on over there, whose whole specialty is the lack of armor is armor. He's going to go ahead and smoke up, and we get 4 overpens on him. Duca is now going to be providing the spot for him, or at least our smoke fire penalty will provide spots. But if we can kind of wrangle this Duca and get him down relatively quickly, we should be able to survive this. So, Duca, can we get a one-shot knockout? Not quite. 4,800, still pretty decent. I'm pretty sure we'll end up knocking him out with this next salvo, and then just trying to time out our smoke fire penalty with Chumfon, and trying to hunt him down before all this comes in. Of course, here comes Chumfon's very sneaky torpedoes. But let's talk about the other sort of weak point of Repulse. We've talked about some of its strengths, but it does also have a couple of other weaknesses. Its other big weakness is its AA. Repulse was, if I recall, World War I era vessel and sunk very early in World War II, which means it never really went through modernization where it needed to worry about planes, if you know what I mean. You tend to see later war vessels really having to worry about planes, and therefore they have a lot better AA. And, well, Repulse, given that it was at the bottom of the sea relatively early, didn't get to go through that process, represented in game by, well, its max range on AA, 3.5 kilometers. Not great. Not great. And then even then, the damage output on it is fair, let's call it. It's not great. So you just need to be aware. Repulse and aircraft carriers, not good bedfellows. You're not gonna turn out very well, which means you can see kind of what our current strategy and plan is right here is try to sink this Chumpon and then get the fuck out of the way because, well, the enemy team has an arc royal, and while it was still nerfed, it could still very easily mess up our day any day it kind of wants to. We're kind of doing the dance with Chumpon over here. At some point I realized, wait a minute, Chumpon, kind of light shells, we should probably turn out because Repulse does very good in a kiting position, and if we can get that kite going, you know, one, it will make it harder for him to hit us as opposed to us hitting him, because right now we are up on points, but you can see we don't have much health, so we need one of these shells to hit. We were talking about how good the accuracy is, and I think you can see the grouping is fairly good, but we're still bracketing our friend the Chumpon over there. But we just need one shell to really fully arm in that Citadel, and I think it will be good night, Mr. Fawn. And, well, there he is. He has a couple of shells still in the air as he hit us, and we have 210 health left. But we secure ourselves the Kraken, the High Cow. So, you know, good game for us. And, well, guys, that's the Repulse. That's kind of what the Repulse is. I think this is the best case scenario game for Repulse, but I really enjoy her. You know, there's 4 ships added in this update, and as being a community contributor, I have access to all 4 of them. I think Repulse is the most fun of these vessels that are out and about. As if you want my review of Congress, I like. Do you need another? Do you need another American heavy cruiser in your life? We just got Tulsa last update. Yes, it's tier 8, but it's tier 7. Do you need you know, a less powerful, or you know, like a less powerful Alaska down at tier 7 to go along with the Azumas? I don't know. Congress is fine, but there are definitely other tier 7s I'd like to play. Repulse, on the other hand, kind of unique. Gives me hope that one day soon we will see the British battlecruiser line make its way over to World of Warships Legends. That is my hope. That is my desire. Just because I like the fun ships, and in battlecruisers especially. We saw Constellation. I loved Constellation. I'm really enjoying the battlecruiser playstyle, and hopefully we get some more coming in soon. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like the video, like, subscribe, all that good jazz. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.